Good morning and welcome to our church service today. We want to give you a brief update on the youth and children's work that is being facilitated within our church family. Over the last 12 months, a lot of things have changed for all of us, and all of the regular youth provision within our church family have been put on pause. Over the last few months though, we've been able to slowly restart some of the work, although in a different format. Starting with the families who were part of our Sunday morning group, and with some of the young people from our youth fellowship group as well. Hopefully you will be encouraged and inspired to continue praying for our whole church family as you hear this. Now, as a church family, one of the things that we had recently started was our monthly messy church, where we invited young families to come to the church hall, and together we had a short family service. We gave parents a guided opportunity to further disciple their own children whilst continue to grow and learn for themselves. This was going really well with good engagement from our families, and even during the restrictions in the early days, it was still safe to meet this way. Sadly, we had to move things online, reshape it into a shorter online service similar to our main church services. But in the next few months, we will hopefully have our bigger, craftier resource bags available again, and we'll even be attempting a muddy church for one of our services too. In that service, individual families will get the chance to go and worship and learn more about God outside in His creation. I guess following on from that, we have tried to continue to support and encourage our church families, contacting them by phone or by text message, or as we're sharing resources with their young people, making sure that we check in with the parents themselves, just to see how they're all getting on, see if they're coping, and encouraging them as best we can. Before the pandemic, we had a brilliant group of young people on a Sunday night who met for youth fellowship. We love meeting together with them on a weekly basis, growing in community with Jesus and in relationship with each other. Now, sadly, because of the pandemic, we haven't been able to do that, and a lot of those young people are now up a little bit, a lot more grown up, and off to further education courses or university or even in employment. We have tried to stay in contact with them. Again, it's phone call or text message or the occasional video call where there's lots of us on it together. We hope and pray that everything they learnt with us at Youth Fellowship has helped them during the last year and in the year to come as well. Now, thankfully, we have a younger core group of young people who are coming through into Youth Fellowship, and we've started a junior Youth Fellowship with them, meeting together on a fortnightly basis, enjoying time together. And I'm really thankful that a few of the older ones from the previous group have stayed on to be young leaders there to help out. And it's been great working alongside them as they lead younger people trying to grow in relationship with Jesus. We've covered a number of topics, and we're trying to make sure that we're helping these young people to cope well and continue growing in their relationship with Jesus, even through this pandemic. We haven't been able to open the halls for Elevate Youth Club since last February, but we have had a number of Zoom quiz nights run by our volunteers for the children and young people, and those have been really enjoyable. One of the things we have been able to do though is we've recently started our Elevate at Home sessions with a small group of young people. We've just had our third week of cooking with them, with the young people cooking various items with special guest chefs from our own church family. The young people have done really well. The first night was a chorizo hot pot, the second night was a Dutch apple pie, and the third night we cooked a delicious pasta bake. And over the next few weeks, our plan is to have some exercise classes with the young people, so they'll be able to do a workout from their own home, but it'll be led by one of our volunteers who's also a trained fitness coach. I think as a church family, it's been difficult for all of us not being able to see each other and check in, and so one of the great encouragements over the Christmas period was that our kids were able to do a short Christmas nativity film alongside Play It By Ear Drama Company. It went really, really well, and the kids loved it, and actually we're going to try and do something similar for Easter as well, again working with Play It By Ear Drama Company. Another massive encouragement from around the Christmas season was that our GB and BB captains, along with some of their volunteers, went round and visited every single GB and BB member's home. They gave them a small gift and reminded them that we as a church miss them, that we're praying for them, and all of the families and children really appreciated and valued that. As a church family, we are continuing to pray for and support our children, our young people and families as best we can. I'm continuing the weekly prayer walk on a Tuesday around the town, praying into what God is up to within our town. If you would ever like to join me for that, just to pray for our town or for our young people, please send me a message. I would love the company. And please do, in your own time, continue to pray for the children, for the young people and for the families as they try to navigate this global pandemic. As a leadership team and with our volunteers, we're continuing to think about how we strategically reopen and get our youth provision back up and going as best we can in whatever safest way to do that is. Please pray for our leaders and our volunteers that we will have wisdom to do that safely and carefully for the benefit of everyone. There are some brilliant things going on within the lives of those in our church family, and hopefully when we're able to meet together again in person, we'll be able to share those and encourage one another. But until we do that, let's continue to support and encourage each other and hold each other up in prayer.